Welcome back to First Look, brought to you by the Edamame Anime Club. I'm your host, Steve, and I'm joined by my best anime friend.
Alexander.
It's always good to be here.
Always great.
It's always good to be here, guys. I appreciate all the love before we get on this channel, guys. We are happy to be back with another banger of an episode. So if you don't know what First Look is where we watch the first two episodes of an anime, and we tell you whether you should drop it or watch it. And this anime is no exception. Which one are we doing today?
So Halloween's coming up, October about to begin. So we decided we wanted to watch some horror type anime. So this is one that I've seen a lot of people talk about. I've seen a lot of hype on it. It's 2 years old now. We're gonna be doing Mieruko-Chan.
Mieruko-Chan.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but I've seen some clips here and there, and it definitely lives up to its name of being like the genre that it is. It definitely is horror.
Yeah, definitely horror. I guess the Mieruko just kind of translates, or Mieruko-Chan translates to the girl who can see them. So very apt name for the plot points that they're going for. So a little bit about it. The manga was written by Tomoki Izumi and began serialization in November 2018. The anime was adapted by Passion and aired from October to December 2021. So I recognize Studio Passion, right?
Yeah.
All I know is that they do fan service. So I had to go and look and see some of their works. One of the ones that I recognize is Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, which terrible anime.
So it's like it's bad. Like
It's horrible. I think I just like watched it because of the hype, but the fan service is there.
You think it does have a following?
It does have a following. Maybe for like teenage boys.
Okay.
Like the fan service is like they like the main character has sex and it's like fully animated like sex scenes. Like it's borderline hentai.
Okay, yeah. 14-year-old boys, got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to crack open this beer before we get in this episode because I've been cheaping for a cold beer.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And this is gonna kick off our Halloween lineup.
Yes.
So we have a bunch of Halloween anime that are coming out the rest of this month. So this would kick it off, and we're dropping it right on the beginning.
Yeah.
On the first.
Yeah.
Or second.
Yeah, it'll be the second that we drop this episode.
Yeah,
so if there's anything you particularly, we haven't fully set in stone which ones we're gonna do. I threw Mieruko-Chan out there because I knew it involved ghosts. Like I said, I've seen people talk about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of been on my watch list for a while, so this is a good excuse for me to watch it.
Yeah, definitely. Kanpai.
Kanpai.
All right.
So I said Studio Passion was mainly fan service, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm like looking at their page here, they're going to be doing Spice and Wolf in 2024, the upcoming Spice and Wolf anime, which I'm kind of excited about. Which
I heard it's up there. Like I actually started it like the first 5 minutes, but I could not commit. Like I was like watching it and I was editing videos and I was like I can't do both. It's one of those things I want to like actually watch. Yeah, not like the background noise.
So I've actually seen Spice and Wolf when it first aired. I watched it as it was airing. So
and it was made by the same studio back then, obviously.
Right? I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
No, because Studio Passion, the first one they do is I don't know, Haitai Nanafa. No idea what that is.
Sure, it's fan service.
Yeah. Now they also do High School DxD Hero in 2018. So like I said, I know. Oh, Interspecies Reviewers. Some people hype that one up. I don't like it. I hated that anime.
It sounds like you made that up.
No.
That sounds like you made that one up.
Interspecies Reviewers. It's exactly like it sounds.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, let's go ahead and jump in this one with our. Wait, do you have any more information on it?
No, that's about it. Yeah, no, nothing of note. So, not yet announced if this will get a season 2, although there is the material and content available.
Yeah, I'm okay with like standalone seasons. I've always loved standalone anime. Some anime just needs to end, like on the first season. Someone doesn't need a second or a third. I didn't think Devil's a part-timer needed a second season.
No, it's got 3 now though.
Yeah. Does it? It's 3?
Yeah, it's 3 seasons.
I think 2 just dropped.
No, the third season just dropped.
Or
maybe the third got
2 and then part 2.
Maybe.
Well, we're not gonna watch it because we already did the first one.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about that, and go back and watch it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's kick off with the pros and cons. We always start off with our pros. I mean, it's really from the very beginning. it jumped into it jumps into the horror genre immediately.
Yeah, it does.
Starts off with a woman running, and it's like a ghost or a monster chasing her,
Hmm.
and she's hiding, and it's like poltergeist with the microwave, and I really like that because they did a lot of horror tropes throughout this first two episodes,
Yeah.
and that being one of them, and I really enjoyed that, and then it pans back to like it's a show.
Yeah, and then that's how we see our first main character, Miko.
Yeah.
She's watching the show.
Yeah, and that's like in a lot of horror movies. They do that where it's like they're watching a scary movie and then it pans back and she's watching it like this movie's too scary and then she lives it.
Yeah.
So I did like that. But then we actually get an introduction or an intro.
Yeah, first episode.
Yeah, which is great. It's surprisingly very popish. Is that a word? Poppy?
Yeah. Pop. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
like it sounds like an idol is singing it.
Yeah, it's very pop and it was fine. It was like a dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not horror themed in my opinion.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I like how the if you pay attention to the lyrics, they're catered to specifically the Mieruko-Chan anime. So I liked that. I always like when they do that.
Yeah, and then the outros, they were the same, right? I didn't catch if they were different.
Yeah, no, they were the same.
Okay.
The outro was the same.
They weren't bad.
Yeah.
I do like the outros as well. I also like how it had like someone narrating for the next episode.
Yeah.
And I like that idea for anime. Like it's like stay tuned for the next episode,
Yeah.
And it gives a little like it did that on multiple anime. Like it does that on Dragon Ball Z. It did that on Akudama Drive. It did, and I like that. It kind of gives me up for what's to come.
Yeah. I kind of liked on the intro the colorfulness of it. Like she's running along and like splashing herself with different colors.
Oh,
like in the puddle. Actually, very Zom 100 vibes.
Yeah. I was thinking of the same thing, but this came out first. So,
yeah, it did. Yeah.
So Zom 100 took this. Yeah, but they did that. That was kind of cool, and that was good. Good intro.
Yeah, I like the intro. What do you think about the animation?
Solid.
Yeah, solid. No complaints. No
like
complaints.
the way they did the ghost, which we'll probably cover a little more. It's different medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if it's CGI or whatnot, but it's different medium where it's like it's not drawn or it's not like animation. It's like blended lines.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and I do enjoy when they use different medium. And they did like that on this one, but yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. I also so I said Studio Passion. To me, they're mostly known for fan service. Definitely the fan service is there.
But it's kind of subtle.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like subtle.
That. Yeah, I like it when it's subtle, not forced. There was Charles. Is he in the video?
Yeah, of course.
How much is he in the video? Is he blocking like 75%?
He's blocking 0 too, like always.
Get out of here, Charles.
Push him down. Yeah, there you go.
All right, there you go. Lay down, Charles. So it was subtle. There is one not so subtle scene.
Yeah, and that was the locker changing room.
No, not that one.
Oh, that one wasn't subtle.
That was subtle. It was kind of subtle. I mean, they're just getting dressed.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't like they were doing anything naughty or perverted.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember? And we just watched it. The scene in the nurse's office.
Oh yeah.
That was extreme. That was not subtle at all. She's like, there's a ghost on me. Let me spray you with all this hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah.
And then oops, made your shirt see through.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. And then she's like, "Let me hear your heart," and she's over there pinning her against the wall.
Yeah.
And then it just like the way
even the monster's like all he wants to do is like be filling it up, and then the nurse walks in and she's got like a bigger bust size than the girl the ghost is on, Hannah, right? Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, let me go over here," and he like wraps her up.
And then she just leaves her.
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't want to help the nurse. Like I just want to help my friend." But that was kind of interesting. That was not subtle at all. They even did a scene where it's like she says, "Oh, I helped him," or I made," and like he thought she was like killing him off or getting rid of him, and he just like got more horned up.
Yeah.
So that was not so subtle, but it was relatively subtle for the first two episodes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pro. Too much, like I almost got turned off to High School DD when I watched it.
Oh yeah.
Because it was really heavy.
Yeah,
really
that's
fast.
out there.
But I stuck to it, and I'm glad because it was a great anime. Yeah. But this one subtle so far.
Yeah, nothing too egregious. So
yeah, like if my mom walked in and I was watching that, she would be like, "Okay, that's fine."
Yeah,
I wouldn't feel too I wouldn't be too embarrassed.
One of the things I also liked about it was It's pretty humorous.
Yeah.
It's not like laugh out loud funny, but it's got little things in there that makes you chuckle. So
Yeah, Hannah being like the friend, and and we can get into the characters as well now, but Hannah was kind of like the comedic element to this.
yeah,
She had a lot of funny like thoughts, but she had an important point, and I'll get in that right now. Hannah. So I guess we got to talk a little bit about the plot. So really, the plot, it's a little unclear for me. And
yeah,
so like she's seeing these ghosts, but pretending they're not there,
yeah,
which there's nothing for her to like. Why is she doing that?
yeah,
So I don't really. And I know that's a con, and then we're still in the pro section,
yeah,
but like it leads into the importance of Hannah, because Hannah continuously makes it seem like what she's doing is where she's able to avoid the ghost. Like even when she's like, "Oh, you're in the wrong line. What are you doing over there?" And she's like in a line of ghosts.
oh yeah,
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 and what does she do? She goes, "You see, you're on your phone," and she gave her the excuse.
yeah, yeah.
Or like, "What are you looking at? Do you want to date me?" Like she had always the outs for her.
Oh
So,
yeah,
so
I didn't notice that.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah, she served a huge purpose in that regard, because if she didn't, then the ghosts are gonna be like, she's there staring at me.
Yeah, so the plot's like basically Miko can see them, and the ghosts are kind of like noticing that she could see them, and then like it's her avoiding it. It's setting up like if something's gonna happen if like the ghosts actually know or she acknowledges
Yeah,
that she can see the ghosts. So there's kind of a slight mystery element about it.
yeah,
It's not too deep,
yeah,
you
but
know.
but we don't know why though.
Yeah, yeah,
They haven't explained why yet.
yeah,
And again, we're only talking first two episodes, so I'm sure people are on
yeah,
episode 9 like, oh, they did it because of this. That's fine and all, but we only watched the first two, so that's what
yeah.
we're getting at. That's the whole point, right? First look.
Mhm.
But Hannah is a great character, and
Yeah,
so is Mika. They're both pretty good characters.
yeah.
Mika being one of the good MCs. I mean, I have no like critique to her.
Yeah, I
Um,
like Miko. She's like her comedic thing is just like being scared but not like she's scared on the inside but
oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
playing it off. Yeah,
Like she like just very solid out here, but
yeah,
inside she's like screaming.
yeah, yeah,
So that, and also I mean, the scoring for this, like the soundtrack that they're
yeah,
using, it's super hard themed. The
yeah, for
build up,
sure.
and even the beginning introduction to the first ghosts. I'm assuming they're ghosts, right?
I assume
They
they're
haven't
ghosts.
acknowledged
Yeah,
what they are, but we're assuming they're ghosts.
yeah,
The introduction of the first ghost was really like she's going through her phone, and I was expecting something like this to happen.
yeah,
She going through her phone, and the picture starts to like distort, and then it shows this ghost, and then it starts off with this very like grimy, deep, echoey ghost voice
yeah,
saying, Can you see me? Can you see me? You can't see me," and then wanders off.
yeah,
And that's kind of the same thing happens for every ghost.
yeah. It sets up that idea that like the moment she acknowledges that she can actually see them,
Yeah,
something's gonna happen, which I'm sure they'll touch on in the
yeah,
future.
I'm sure they will, but
Yeah,
we didn't get
and
that.
I also like the way the ghosts are animated. Like
Yeah,
they're pretty. It's not like your standard just like zombie. Like they're like morphing and like like you were saying, like it's a second medium
yeah.
where they're like blended into the environment. You can actually like they did a real good job whenever like back in that scene where she's in the doctor's office, like that thing that's on her.
Oh
Like
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, it was. I liked how they animated that.
Oh yeah, they did, and they look, all of them look pretty scary.
Yeah,
They look relatively scary. Like they're like, their features are like extremely exaggerated. Like their mouths are really big.
hmm,
They can move their like moving the neck to make it longer. It's always kind of a scary thing.
yeah,
And like Little Nightmares. There's a couple other movies they do that with the long neck. So it's really spooky. So that was really cool.
yeah.
So those pros right there. I can't really think if uh I think that's it for me on pros. You have any more? I don't have any more pros
As
on
far
this.
as pros, no, I think that's about it.
All right.
Well, okay. I guess another pro is I kind of like how they're setting up, and it makes me want to continue watching it on the end of the second
Oh,
episode.
you're right. You're
They
right. You're right.
they they do like this. They set up to where there's like maybe real people who are like on the ghost side or the right side. I don't know how they were doing that with the cat. So like there's like this orphan cat that has a ghost haunting it, and Hannah picks it up, and they're like she like puts on social media like can someone come adopt this cat?
Yeah.
And there's two dudes who show up, right? And one looks all like evil and mean, like a yakuza, like he's tatted up on his
Yeah,
head.
and the
Yeah, and
tattoos.
he's got like
Yeah.
scars and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's this other dude who's like the pretty boy, looks all suave, comes up. But Mieruko-Chan can tell that he's got like some kind of evil spirit on him,
Hmm.
right? So Hannah can see him and they're talking to him, right? So he's obviously like a real person,
Yeah.
but he's like evil, and like the evil spirit wanders off with him, and then
Yeah, well, Mika says like, "Don't you can't adopt this cat."
yeah, like
Like,
she refuses him.
yeah, she refuses. You cannot adopt this cat. And then the guy with the tattoos that looks like this, monster, she goes and gives him the cat. And then it's revealed that he had these like, angel cats on him.
Yeah, something like that, and then like something with his wife is like also in the background,
Yeah,
like his ghost wife, because it shows the picture.
I do like there is a mystery here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's seeing some type of aura around them,
Mhm.
and I was just saying like maybe this guy that's like wants to adopt this cat is like killing these cats and they're becoming evil spirits.
Yeah,
And that one, that cat, those cats, when he because they end the episode, and then it has like a small little like 1 minute clip of that guy that adopted the cat,
yeah,
and it shows that his wife flies down or is hovering over him and puts her hand on him,
yeah,
and then he has two little angel cats on him, and then it shows him like praying to like a shrine to his wife and the two cats.
yeah.
So and that was cool.
Yeah, it definitely sets up there's definitely a dichotomy between like a good and evil kind of spirit.
Yeah.
So and Mieruko-Chan is going to be part of that. So I kind of like that. It sets up something more deep.
Yeah, and I think there's a little story there too, because he had scars on his face, and really the very big like as soon as he picks up the cat, it's trying to name the cat, it scratches him and leaves another one.
Oh, I did, yeah.
So,
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
So he has these scars, and I'm thinking like maybe he loved the cats because his wife loved him, and he's just like getting scarred up and just taking them because he loves his wife. You know? So that was what I was thinking about when he like the cat scratched him.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's obviously a mystery. We got to get more. There's also a mystery. There's another character in there. They imply in the credits
In the outro.
Yeah.
They imply that there's another girl that can see the spirits. She's like has cameos essentially. You don't even know her name yet. You recognize her like once in the first episode and again in the second.
Yeah,
like, she has two very brief appearances.
Yeah, and I do want to know more about that. I don't know if that's necessarily a
Yeah.
con, but I know they're building her up or something.
Yeah.
And she's in the outro, and she's in the outro, like not just in the credit scene where she can see ghosts in her room, but she's also like laying down on the ground with them. Like it's them three, yeah, and they're on their phones. Like there's something with her. She's gonna be a part of the story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't got any more pros. I already,
Yeah, no, I'm good on pros.
All right, let's get into the con section of this. So, so far the story is kind of slow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely a slow burn. It's a slice of life. Like with the horror element to it. There's not a whole lot that's really happening. They're just kind of the first two episodes are still setting it up. I don't know if it'll change in the future.
Yeah.
I imagine it's gonna keep the same pace though. Like it's gonna be kind of like a episodic, small little things happening as like it inches towards something greater.
Yeah, and you're right. It's actually like it's slice of life.
Yeah.
With horror elements to it.
Yeah.
Like they're literally going to school, eating lunch, horror element.
Yeah.
They're going shopping, horror element.
Yeah.
They did have a scene with like a giant frog eating.
Yeah, he was eating ghosts, which was kind of interesting.
So more to that mystery on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, really, that's all it is. It's a slice of life with horror elements.
Very, very slow. It's definitely like I would say a slow burn for me. Like I was kind of waiting for the horror kind of themes. Like it opens up in the first episode. We get a little bit of the horror, and after that, it's like slow burn into the more horror type elements.
Yeah.
But
I haven't seen any boys.
I
guess they go to
her brother.
Oh, their brother. Yeah, that's about.
And the dad's there.
That's about like just general people like walking around, but like it takes away that like I because and I say this on every episode.
Yeah.
Love me a good romance.
Yeah.
I love me a good romance, and I just don't see any good romances unless you count Mika and Hannah. But I think it's good to have that small romance because it adds like and you've said it too before. It's like comedic element. Something serious happens.
Yeah.
So, but that also happens like with romance. Like something romantic happens and something serious happens right after.
Yeah.
Like they almost had a kiss and then whoop, she dies or something like that. I don't see any romance happening in this, so that's kind of taken away. And that happens in a couple of anime where it's just like all girls, which is fine with me. But I do like a little romance.
Well, it's like you said, it sets up the Yuri element with Hannah and Miko.
yeah, for all those
because she's like, "Are you gonna propose or no? Confess to me," and she's like all blushing, but like Miko's just seeing a ghost like staring at her.
Yeah, and you know, and it sets it up. I mean, I guess if I was like a 14-year-old boy, I'd be like, oh, ooh, I hope they hold hands, you know. But definitely, I don't see
Yeah,
any romance happening.
yeah. No, like I said, it's definitely a slice of life anime.
Yeah,
Comedic slice of life. Like I said, not like laugh out loud funny, but it gets you a few chuckles.
yeah, and I mean, you know, I really, I was trying to find more cons on this, but I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
I think it's well rounded, and I think there's more to come. Like I said, that romance thing I'll get over because maybe this isn't just not a romance anime.
yeah.
Maybe it's just a horror slash slice of life
I
anime.
guess a con I could see people having is the fan service element. Not too over the top, but you know it's there.
I don't know how much more they'll get into.
Yeah,
You know, from the first two episodes, there's only two big ones that really shine through.
yeah,
I mean, they make gestures at like the breasts, things like that, but
yeah,
they haven't. But there's only two big scenes: the changing room scene and then the nurse's office
yeah,
scene, and that was pretty quick. I mean,
yeah.
again, the nurse's office scene was over the top.
It's got a few angles, but like it doesn't have like full blown panty shots
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
like a little bit
Yeah.
suggestive.
No prison school here or
Yeah.
food wars here. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, and again, I like the subtlety. The nurse scene was a little over the top for me, but it wasn't so much it was a con. It just was like like it's like it really was like a 14-year-old boy's like dream. Like, oh, she has a ghost on her. Let me spray her with the hand sanitizer and just
yeah, yeah.
sprays it all over her chest where you can see through her shirt. And then the whole like pinning her to the wall and
Yeah.
putting the stenograph,
The stethoscope.
stethoscope, and her underneath her, and she's like moaning, like a little over the top. But again, I wouldn't consider it a con.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that because you told me about the the production company or the
Yeah, Studio Passion.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I kind of expected that, and it's fine. I'm okay with some
Yeah.
subtle fan service.
yeah. Honestly, like I was saying, some of the other stuff they've done, like Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. That one's. I don't even know what caused me to watch it. I watched it the first 3 episodes, and I was like,
Sure, we don't know what you wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, yeah. You didn't want to watch it. Yeah, we know why you wanted to watch it.
I was caught in by the hype.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, the hype.
Yeah, and I really don't have any more cons for this. I'm ready to go if you are.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I mean, the question is, are you gonna watch it or drop it?
I'm going to watch it.
I am too. I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna be frank with you right now. I think you said watch it for almost everyone so far. I can't think of one you didn't say. Oh no, except Vending Machine
Vending machine.
was the only one you said it so far. But
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm easy to please.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking of it for like what it is. Like, as far as a slice of life, which I love. I've watched plenty of slice of life. Horror, the themes there. I was entertained by it. It's only 13 episodes long. I want to say, I don't know, not
Yeah,
gonna
I
double
mean, we'll
check.
have to look it up,
12 episodes, 13 episodes. It's not that big of an investment. Yeah, I'll give it a watch.
Okay, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'm gonna watch it too. I do think I can see myself watching the full season. It was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the
Yeah,
ghost.
yeah.
It was pretty scary for an anime.
Yeah,
I said this earlier when watching. I was like, anime that's scary is hard because they're not doing jump scares.
yeah. You did mention
Yeah,
that.
they're not doing jump scares and all that. So, but the scoring, the music for it, the build up, it was kind of like it's kind of scary. The ghosts are scary.
Yeah. The main thing for me, like since it's slice of life, like I like Miko as a character.
Yeah.
I mean, not like she has a ton of depth. I like Hannah. They're not going for anything too crazy. So like,
Yeah.
you know,
No, I
it's
mean,
I think it'll be an enjoyable watch for what it is.
yeah. So I mean, really, that's it. I mean, you guys check it out. I think you guys are gonna like it.
Yeah.
How you're really gonna have to dig for this one. We had to dig for it. Yeah, we had to dig for this one. It's not on Crunchyroll and it's not on Amazon Prime. You have to really dig for it.
We had to pay money on Amazon Prime.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
So
yes.
it wasn't on Amazon Prime free. So you got to
Yes.
pay for it, unfortunately. But yeah, so I think it is worth the pay. I think we paid $5.99 or something. So I think it's definitely worth
Yeah.
the pay for this one because it was pretty solid so far. And we're definitely gonna continue it on. Well, stick around for this Halloween themed anime that we're gonna get into this next season. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Later.